Welcome to the summary of Episode 16, Within. April 28th, 2018. In Azarath, Trigon exits through the portal to Earth after seemingly reducing the Titans to piles of ash. After a moment, the Titans fade back into view. Miss Martian unlinks the minds of Aqualad and Lagoon Boy from Raven. The rest of the team is puzzled, so she explains that their Atlantean magic bolstered Raven's sorcery, causing Trigon's eyes to see that he had melted them all. Kid Flash thanks them for their quick thinking, but Batgirl points out that Trigon has now escaped Azarath to a totally unprepared Earth. As the Titans exit the portal, they are prepared to do battle with Trigon. Instead, they find Red Arrow, Rocket, Omen, Arsenal, and Zatanna. Lilith is overjoyed that her teammates are alive, but the Titans now have no idea where Trigon has appeared. Opening credits. In Tokyo, a reporter nervously broadcasts that Trigon is firing drilling lasers out of his eyes directly into the ground, and earthquake rumblings have already begun. The Justice League is unconscious, Darkseid is dead, and citizens trying to flee the monster disintegrate when they try to leave his vicinity. The reporter calls on the Titans or any other Earth heroes to help in this desperate hour. The Dark debates whether to get involved in the conflict, but Sportsmaster points out that the entire League is unconscious at Darkseid's hand, and then this demon squashed Darkseid like a bug. Grodd concurs that it is pointless, as his attempts to mentally command people near the conflict zone in or out of the area have resulted in their disintegration. Deathstroke states that they will simply have to wait and see. In Taos, Rima signs to her friends that Eduardo must not teleport himself or any of them to Tokyo. She doesn't know the specifics, but she's certain they'll be unable to get close to the demon. In Themyscira, Hippolyta confers with Erisia about traveling to Japan to battle Trigon despite the neutrality of the Amazons. Erisia says, however, that their secret operative in Tokyo informed them that no one has been able to move within a certain proximity of the demon. Hippolyta is furious that she can't rescue her daughter or enter into battle to help the citizens of Tokyo. In Atlantis, Queen Mira meets with her ruling council about intervening in Tokyo. The Conservatory of Magic divines that a magical field surrounds the entire area, including all the water in the area. Therefore, the Atlanteans are unable to assist in this situation. Mira is frustrated that she is unable to help her husband or battle the demon. In Paris, 3 members of the still-forming Global Guardians discuss the situation: Jack-O-Lantern, the founder, Dr. Mist, the leader, and Rising Sun, who is Japan's representative in the group. Although Jack and Sun are eager to enter their new team into the conflict, Dr. Mist senses that mystical forces will not allow them to get near Trigon. Sun protests that his people need his help, but Dr. Mist assures them that help is on the way from the ones best able to confront the demon. Recovering from their battle with Darkseid, the Justice Society is notified by Dr. Fate of Darkseid's death and Trigon's arrival. Superman says they must go to Tokyo and fight, but Batman counters that they should prioritize going after Zoom. The League's Dr. Fate suddenly appears, saying that he is unable to penetrate Trigon's magic field, which is on the power level of a Chaos Lord. Lilith tells everyone that Trigon is in Tokyo, using his eye-beams to drill into the Earth to transform it into a hellscape like Azarath. She says she tried to warn the League, but they were too focused on Darkseid. Zatanna attempts to use magic to bring them to the area, but even a spell to witness what is happening is non-functional. Lilith explains that Darkseid is no longer a threat, but that the League can't help and no other assistance is on the way. Raven says that the only way to get close to Trigon is to re-enter Azarath and follow his path directly to him. After a brief discussion, everyone agrees and re-enters the portal, closing it behind them. Exiting the gateway from Azarath, the Titans emerge in Tokyo in close proximity to Trigon. Miss Martian immediately links their minds together, and Arsenal says that they need to buy Raven some time to determine how Trigon can be defeated. Beast Boy notes that the ground is very unsteady and an earthquake could occur at any moment. Trigon immediately perceives their presence and expresses his admiration of his daughter for successfully deceiving him. As he continues to drill into the earth with his eye-beams, he says that the mistake will not be repeated. While Superboy and Wonder Girl concentrate on moving the League members out of harm's way, Miss Martian levitates the heroes with distance powers or weapons to target Trigon's eyes. Zatanna tells them that she can augment her own magic by drawing on the energy of Aqualad and Lagoon Boy and penetrate Trigon's magical defenses. She warns them that it will only last for about a second, and she'll be completely depleted afterwards. The remaining Titans work to assist and protect civilians in the vicinity. On Zatanna's mark, Trigon's defenses waver, and 6 of the Titans unleash their full power on his eyes, destroying them. As predicted, Zatanna faints, and Calder and Lagan are depleted of all energy. Trigon's eyes immediately begin to regenerate. Raven turns to Lilith in a panic, saying she doesn't know what to do. Suddenly, Robin and Protector begin speaking simultaneously to Lilith, asking her if she can foresee multiple potential outcomes. She affirms that she can, though the less likely the outcome, the more difficult it is to see. They ask her to focus on the outcome where Trigon is defeated, and then Raven can use her sorcery to manifest that outcome. Raven protests that the only way her sorcery will work outside of Azarath is if she transforms into her evil persona. Terrified, she says that she doesn't want to lose herself. Trigon's eyes continue to form in his head. Connor approaches Raven and asks her to remember her happiest memory. She replies that it was with her mother. Connor gently tells her to let her mother be her guide. Lilith and Raven hold hands, and with great strain, Lilith hones in on the slim chance of Trigon being defeated. Raven reverts to her demonic self, but her mother's voice soothes her with comforting words. Trigon's eyes have returned, and he begins telekinetically lifting all nearby objects to crush the Titans. The gem on Raven's belt grows brighter and brighter until it is blinding. With a horrific scream, Trigon discorporates. When the blinding lights fade, Trigon is gone except for the skull on his belt, and Raven's costume turns white. The skull levitates and releases the physical form of Arella, Raven's mother. Arella explains that Trigon is now contained in the skull, and Raven has been cleansed of his evil influence. Raven and her mother embrace. Arella tells Raven that it's a miracle they were able to trap him, but she wants to make sure he never escapes. The only way to do that is for her to return to Azarath and close the portal from inside, ensuring Trigon can never return. Raven cries out that she doesn't want to lose her again, but Arella assures her daughter she'll always remain in her heart. She asks the Titans to take good care of Raven, crosses through the portal, and closes it. A silent montage of scenes flies by. The Titans help with repair work in Tokyo, assisted by some of the League and members of the Global Guardians. Tigress and Red Arrow have family dinner with Paula and Leon. Batgirl, Nightwing, and Robin visit Batman as he recuperates. The teens and Taos watch a movie together. As the montage continues, Guardian and Bumblebee go on vacation. Lagoon Boy and Aqualad attend a celebration with Aquaman and Mira. Blue Beetle, Kid Flash, Starfire, and Protector have a double date. Superboy and Miss Martian have a candlelight dinner. As the montage concludes, both Dr. Fates work together to send the Justice Society back to Earth 2. May 4th, 2018. Back at Titan's Tower, nearly a week later, Lilith, Gar, Roy, and Raven enjoy breakfast in their nearly empty headquarters. Raven seems contented and says she is finally sleeping through the night. Everyone enjoys each other's company, with Gar commenting that he hopes the worst is behind them. Lilith faintly smiles, but then a look of doubt crosses her face. In the closer, the Justice Society reappears on Earth 2. Only a few minutes had passed on that Earth, so the Flashes explain that Zoom beat them through the rip and injured all of Infinity Inc. The heroes are stunned that their children and protégés were harmed by Zoom. Even worse, the Flashes add that Zoom obtained the Spectre molecule, and before they could stop him, unleashed it. Zoom instantly ceased to exist, but they fear that the anti-life equation has been released and activated. So just a few comments on the 16th episode. After the total absence of the Titans in the prior episode, the first thing to do in the Season 4 finale about the presumed dead group was to show how they survived. We knew that they weren't really dead, but Raven's deception of Trigon was so unexpected that her evil father even expresses his admiration for the feat later on. One of the big questions that fans always have about worldwide threats is, why didn't any of the other heroes do anything? To answer that, there are convenient, but still effective, reasons why none of the other hero groups or even the Dark can intervene. Since no one can help and the League is knocked out, the Titans truly are on their own. The previous episode's shocking ending, with Trigon squashing Darkseid, sets up the final showdown between the Titans and the Giant Demon. Some excellent strategic use of their abilities, plus some clever thinking by Robin, Protector, and Superboy, delivers a decisive victory with Raven defeating her father once and for all. In contrast with the dire happenings in the episode, the final montages show mostly scenes of joy and rebuilding, including the JSA's return to Earth 2. Unfortunately, they discover that the anti-life equation was released by Zoom, setting up the biggest conflict of all for the 5th and final season, the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Thank you for watching. I'll be taking a long break before starting the 5th season, but please subscribe so you'll be alerted in the future when more episodes drop. Take care.